I never told anyone about the bonus at first. Not my parents, not my coworkers, not even my closest friends. I'd learned the hard way that good news had a way of turning sour once it traveled through my family. Someone always felt entitled to it. Someone always believed my success existed to fix their problems. So when my manager called me into his office on a quiet Friday afternoon and slid an envelope across the desk, I just nodded, thanked him, and walked out like it was nothing special. Inside that envelope was more money than I'd ever held at one time in my life. It wasn't a lottery win or some overnight miracle. It was the result of years of overtime, skipped vacations, late nights, and saying no to things other people my age took for granted. Promotions don't come easily where I work, and bonuses come even harder. This one was tied to a project I'd carried on my back for nearly a year, through layoffs, budget cuts, and 3 different supervisors. I went home that evening, made myself a cup of tea, and sat on my couch staring at the ceiling. For once I felt proud. I planned to use the money responsibly, pay off a chunk of my student loans, fix my car before it finally gave up. Maybe, just maybe, take a small trip somewhere quiet, somewhere no one knew me as the responsible one or the one without kids. But peace never lasts long in my family. The following Sunday, we had a family dinner at my parents' house. I considered skipping it, but guilt won, as usual. My sister was already there when I arrived, her 2 kids running wild through the living room while she scrolled on her phone. My sister Nadia has always been loud. Loud opinions, loud complaints, loud expectations. She's 3 years older than me and has made it very clear, very often, that motherhood makes her superior in every possible way. She looked up when I walked in, eyes narrowing slightly. "You're in a good mood," she said. "What happened?" I shrugged, just had a decent week at work. That should have been the end of it. It never is. Dinner went as expected. My mom asked about the kids' school. My dad complained about traffic. Nadia complained about everything else, prices, her job, her husband, how hard it is to raise kids in today's economy. Then my mother casually said, "Oh, by the way, Nadia, did you hear? She got a bonus at work." I froze. I stared at my mother, heart sinking. "Mom." Nadia's head snapped toward me. "A bonus." My mother smiled, completely unaware of the storm she just unleashed. "Yes, a big one apparently." Her manager was very impressed. Nadia leaned back in her chair, studying me like a puzzle she was about to solve. "How big?" I shook my head. "It's not important." But to Nadia, it was very important. The rest of the evening she kept dropping comments about how expensive kids are, how childcare costs more than rent, how she hasn't had a break in years. I recognized the pattern. I'd seen this dance before. After dinner, while my parents were busy cleaning up and the kids were distracted with cartoons, Nadia cornered me in the kitchen. "So," she said casually, "I was thinking." I sighed internally. That's never good. She ignored me. "You don't really need that bonus, do you?" I blinked. "Excuse me." She crossed her arms. "I mean, you don't have kids. You're single. Your expenses are basically nothing compared to mine." "That's not true," I said, trying to stay calm. "I have bills, loans, responsibilities." She waved a hand dismissively. "Not like mine. Kids come first, you know that." I felt my stomach tighten. "What are you getting at?" She smiled as if she were being generous. "You should give me half." I laughed. I genuinely thought she was joking. When she didn't laugh back, my smile faded. "You're serious." "Of course I am," she said. "It's only fair. You wouldn't even notice it missing, and it would help my kids so much." I stared at her, speechless. "Nadia, I worked for that money." "And I work every day raising children," she shot back. "Do you know how exhausting that is?" "I'm not saying it isn't," I replied, my voice steady but firm. "But my bonus isn't your safety net." Her eyes hardened. Wow, so that's it, you're just selfish now. I shook my head. No, I'm setting a boundary. That was the wrong word. Her voice rose instantly. A boundary with your own family. Yes, I said, I'm not giving you half my bonus. Her face turned red. Unbelievable. You sit there with extra money while my kids go without. They're not going without, I said. They're fed, they're clothed, they're fine. She slammed her hand on the counter. You don't get to decide that. You don't even know what it's like to be a mother. There it was, the ultimate weapon. You're right, I said quietly. I don't, but I do know what it's like to work for something and be told I owe it to someone else. She scoffed. If you loved your nieces and nephew, you help. I help when I choose to, I replied, not when I'm guilted into it. That's when she exploded. She started shouting, loud enough for my parents to hear. She accused me of being cold, heartless, greedy. She said I'd regret this one day when I needed family and had none. She even dragged my personal life into it, sneering that maybe the reason I was single was because I only cared about money. My parents rushed in, confused and alarmed. What's going on? My mother asked. Nadia pointed at me. She refuses to help her own family. She got a big bonus and won't even share it with my kids. My father frowned. Is that true? Yes, I said, because it's my money. My mother sighed. Well, maybe you could help a little just to keep the peace. I felt something in me finally snap, not loudly but cleanly. No, I said, I'm done being the peacekeeper. Silence filled the kitchen. I didn't choose to have kids, I continued. Nadia did. I didn't ask her to. I don't owe her for it. And I'm tired of being treated like my life is worth less because I made different choices. Nadia stared at me like she didn't recognize me. I grabbed my coat and left. That night, my phone blew up with messages, some from Nadia, furious and cruel, some from relatives telling me I should have been more understanding. I didn't reply. Weeks passed, the noise faded, the guilt eased. I paid off my loans, fixed my car, took that quiet trip I dreamed about. And for the first time, I realized something important. Saying no didn't make me selfish. It made me free.